let's take a second and talk about, what do we do when we actually are meeting the investors at the new investor at Starbucks, at maybe like a real estate meetup or in the academy, right? Wherever we're at, and we actually do meet these investors and that we've cold called or somehow connected with, right? Well, I want it to be, it's really simple. And I don't want to overcomplicate something that's very simple. So, what I have here is the new meeting form for whenever you're meeting with a potential investor. And whether or not you follow this and you actually print it out and write it, I want it to be, I want it to be on the front of your mind as far as things that you want to find out, like you want to identify, you want to discover. So, obviously, the first thing is we want to get their name, email, area. What zip codes are you buying in? Where are you looking? What are you buying? Where are you buying? Just some kind of criteria, right? Purchase method. Are they using hard money? Is it cash? Cash and hard money, the same thing. HELOC. Do they need to go get financing from a local bank that might be kind of tricky, or whatever it is? Like, how are they buying this house? And the houses, the properties, right? Basically, it just needs to be cash. Like for us, we don't care. Cash comes in many forms, like I talked about before, but a HELOC is cash. A hard money lender is cash. So it's just got to be cash. It's got to fit that criteria. And what's their experience level? What kind of appetite do they have? Are they used to big rehabs? Are they like cosmetic? Are they just getting started? Maybe they need more help from you for like a vendors list. Maybe they need help from you for expertise, finishes, like the relationships of signing people, whatever it is, right? Like where are they at with real estate? Do they just want Fed deals and they'll say yes or no, right? Yes, 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 no, no, no. They check the boxes. Will they need handheld a little bit more? That's okay. You're the expert, right? And you might be watching this like, I've never done a deal. I'm not the expert. You are, I promise. By the time you get through this, you go through, you're in the community, you plug in, you're around everybody, you will know more than 95% of the people out there. I promise you. You have to understand that and trust that. Maybe that's what they want. So just find that out, right? Profession. Are they attorneys? Are they full-time real estate investors? Are they doctors, school teachers? Not everybody that we're going to sell to, that I've ever sold to, is full-time real estate, right? I've sold to like attorneys and doctors. I've sold to so many different people that don't have traditional W-2s and that do have W-2s. And I just want to find this out because I honestly kind of feel it's like an availability thing. Like, right, if they're a school teacher, I'm not going to bug them at like 3:30. I want to make sure that like I'm respectful and I know when things are, when they're available and what that looks like. And if they're a real estate investor, like I'll bug them all the time. Now, regardless, I'm gonna send a message to everybody at the same time, but it kind of gives you some boundaries, if anything, right? Right now, and then I want to do some more discovery. How are you finding your properties? Are you working with other wholesalers? Do you have a realtor? Tell me how are you sourcing these deals? Just listen, right? Write it down. Would you be interested in getting help with a vendor list, a contractor list? That's something that we always offered at Core Group when I wholesaled. Um, all that, help out the newer people that were getting started, like, help them out with a vendor list. Would you be interested in our limited listing service? Now, this was something if you're a realtor, or even if you're not a realtor and you have a realtor on your team, and we're selling these houses that people are flipping. Hey, are you interested in a discounted listing to put your flip house on the market? I can list it for 1%. Somebody, I can get an agent can list it for 1%. And this goes back to my whole thing is like in the beginning, I needed all the money I could get. And me having my real estate license and being that one-stop shop for helping them find the property and then get it renovated, then helping them get rid of it. Like I got paid along the way. And I stayed vertically integrated in the wholesale business. But this is a way of keeping money in my pocket. Now, if some of you are brand new and you're like, should I get my license? Should I not? Like I said before, I definitely think there's a huge benefit when you're getting going to have your license. And I, talk about that in a different training. But are you interested in a discounted limited listing service? What are your long-term goals? How many doors are you trying to get to? Are you just trying to buy and flip? How many flips do you want to do a year? Talk to me about like what are the goals? Like what's the end game here for you? And that ties into like what's your strategy? Like are you fix and flip? Are you buy and hold? Like what does that look like? And another thing, just ask like how can I help you? Like how can I serve you? Like what can I do to make your real estate journey better? Just listen. Whatever. Man, I just need somebody to give me a bunch of houses. I could use like, man, there's just not enough hours in the day. could use somebody that, could bird dog different deals for me. Maybe somebody that could go look at houses for me before I pay draws or whatever. And understand in the beginning, you're building this relationship, and the person you're sitting across from might be your next 50-50 partner to help you transition from wholesaler to investor. You don't know where that relationship's going to go, but it can go as far as you let it. And the more you help, the more you help, the more you help, the bigger the ask can be. And be an asset for these people, especially when you're starting out and you want to make a name in wholesaling. I can promise you that you're going to be different than all the other wholesalers out there that are just spitting crappy deals at people that don't have any that just don't have anything behind it. So that's going to make you different, and we are different. And then just whatever notes you have, obviously write the notes and takeaways, and then the action steps. And maybe a next action step with you and the investor are go look at the houses you have available, right? Or go look at what they're working on. Just something else like what's next. Like, hey, just so you know what's next is I'm going to be sending you some text messages and emails whenever properties come available. Just let me know if there's ever anything you want to look at. Our properties are always first come, first serve. Um, but if I see something that I know you have to have based on what we found out today, like I'm going to blow you up and you're going to buy this thing. And yeah, whatever. Right? Because you're working in their best interest. But that right there is a new investor meeting form. It's a really easy system to follow. Build it out over a cup of coffee at a job site, wherever they're at. But we want to gather this information because at the end of the day, we just don't want to throw stuff at them. We don't want to be like every other wholesaler that doesn't care. Granted, we're going to show them every deal, but we also want to know, like, when a deal comes up that's really specific and we know is a sweet spot from them, like, we want to send it to them and then call them and then reference something that maybe was brought up during this exchange that is like, this is the one. Like, man, we talked about this. Like, you got to go out here and get this. So let's go do it. Go out there and meet with lots of people. It's a numbers game. Meet as many as you possibly can. And you're going to connect the dots and you guys are going to make a ton of money. And I'm so, so excited for you.